Hi everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new here. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer or subscriber. I'm so excited for today's video. I know that everyone says that every single video, but this one is really fun because I'm filming a TBR video, but instead of showing you what my TBR jar picked for me to read in the month of June, I've let Instagram blindly choose what books I read. I've been doing the TBR jar videos for a while now. This will be my second year doing them. I think I started them February 2024. So I've been pretty consistent with those. I think I skipped 1 month. I think it was February this year. I just felt like switching things up. I felt like mood reading. That didn't work. So I've learnt that I need to have a little bit of structure to my TBRs. I'm just a bit tired of the TBR jar video. And there's some books I really want to read this month. So I was trying to get them on the TBR. However, we did things a little bit differently. If you've seen these videos floating around, this one's a tiny bit different in that instead of putting 2 books that I want to read or 2 books within the same genre or something along those lines, I chose a book I really want to read and then one that I don't really want to read. Obviously, all the books on my shelves I want to read because otherwise I would have unhauled it or not even bought it in the first place would be a good idea. This one is one that I've been neglecting. So a lot of these are ones that I bought many years ago. I'm still interested in picking them up, but my enthusiasm for them has definitely lessened. The other category of books in this section are ones that I was gifted, and they're ones that were gifted to me where someone else bought them from the charity shop. So they saw a book, they were like, oh, Jem might kind of like this, but it was never a book that I was searching after. It was just one that someone else thought that I might like. So they've never been the highest of my priority. I've got a physical TBR that I think is about 200 books, so I just never get around to the books that I feel less excited about because there's so many that I would really love to pick up. So I'm just gonna drop us down a bit. This seems very high up. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit better. I basically posted a photo on Instagram where I posted the 2 books side by side and then I coloured them in so you couldn't see their covers, and I put emojis that kind of gave a little bit of a sense of the book, either their plot, something to do with the cover, like the cover design, stuff like that. So I'm so excited to see what won. The poll went down yesterday, but I saved the photos and I am not sure what the winner was, so let's have a look. Thankfully lots of people voted on this. After I posted all of these, I put an Instagram story to say please vote because this video concept doesn't work unless I have people participating in it. If you want to be involved in any of these in the future, please feel free to follow me on Instagram, which is Jemima Rose Reads. We have a lot of fun over there. I don't post that frequently. I'm really active on stories and that's where you're going to see what I'm reading in real time other than on Goodreads updates, obviously. The first picture looks like this, an orange blob of colour, and I've got a blue one. On the left we have these emojis, a tennis ball, a number 5 and a fishing rod, and on the right we have a beach umbrella, a glass of milk and a pregnant woman. I don't think people would have guessed this, but we've got Enigma Variations by Andrea Assman and Hot Milk by Deborah Levy. So obviously there's a tennis racket on the cover, but I'm also told that it's following like 5 different storylines within this one story, which is the reason why we have the emoji of the number 5. It's also set in a fishing village, so I decided to use the little fishing hook emoji. Hot Milk, this is about a mother and daughter who travel to, I think it's the south of Spain, so that the mother can have treatment for an illness that she's suffering. So we're obviously in a sunny holiday place, so I've got the little beach umbrella. The milk is because of the title, and the pregnant woman is because I wanted to get a mother and a daughter. Lots of the emojis of like 2 women together look like they're either in love or besties. I wanted to do the whole mother-daughter thing because that's an integral part of this novel. I thought about doing like the emoji of like the temperature thermometer emoji, you know, that one, but I don't want to be too direct about the title, so I decided to go with those. And I know this would have been quite confusing for a lot of people because they were very vague. This one I've had on my TBR for a long time, never got around to it. It was given to me by someone who got it in the charity shop. I wasn't really interested, especially as I love Call Me By Your Name by Andrea Assman, but the sequel to that, Find Me I think it's called, one of the worst books I've ever read, so I'm not excited about that. This I'm so excited for, and I think I will read it this month regardless of whether it wins or not because it is a book that is being adapted. The film I think comes out in June, so it's going to be in theatres really soon, and I want to read it before I can go see it, but I'd also love to see it because the vibes look stunning. And the winner of this poll was, oh, Enigma Variations. Okay, we've got 52% for this one and 48% for Hot Milk, so this is our winner. So first book on the TBR is Enigma Variations by Andrea Assman. I'm not sure how this is going to be. It could pleasantly surprise me. We'll see. It also is set in the summertime, so I feel like it is June appropriate. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side. For our next one, I have this picture with a pink blob and a kind of orangey red blob. The pink one has a time turner? No, what the heck? That's from Harry Potter. an hourglass, oh my gosh, an hourglass emoji, a spider web, and a rose emoji. And then on the right we have a wolf emoji, a little vase, like a little Greek Roman vase, and then the signal of like a woman. So the first book for that, the hourglass, the spider web, and the rose, come from I Call It This Cruel and Lovely by Stasia Stark, and that is just because those are all elements of the cover. This is a fantasy book. I didn't really feel like using like the sparkle emoji or a dragon or something like that. I don't really know what this contains, but I decided to go off this on the cover. So maybe some people got this, I'm not sure. I didn't get any DMs, but perhaps. I'm so excited to read this book. This is a romantasy and it was gifted to me by Lucy for hitting 3k on here. This is so high on my TBR anyway, and for the past couple of TBRs since I've had this book, I've been trying to fit it on, so I have super high hopes for this. And then The Wolf Den is the next one. This is by Elodie Harper. The wolf, obviously, the wolf emoji. I chose the little vase because this book is set in Pompeii in ancient Rome, and the little women emoji, the one that looks like it should be on a toilet door, is because this book has a very strong feminist narrative following this woman Amara, who's owned by a man she despises, that lives as a slave in a brothel, and it's about women teaming together and doing what women do, which is rallying for each other. Amara's spirit is far from broken, sharp, resourceful, and surrounded by women whose humour and dreams she shares. She comes to realise that everything in the city has its price. Again, charity shop book, gifted to me by a friend. Didn't have a massive amount of interest in it, and I have tons of interest in it, so this was what I was hoping to win. However, the winner was... oh my gosh, it was actually really high. That's crazy, because when I checked this poll really early on, Wolf Den was winning, but now 74% A Call It This Cruel and Lovely, 26% The Wolf Den. So thankfully I'm gonna get my way, and I'm really finally reading this romantasy book. To survive, I make a desperate bargain with a mercenary, a dark and brooding man whose face I've been seeing in my dreams. If this doesn't give ACOTAR, I'm gonna be mad. Look at this. I'm so excited. So we've got one miss and one hit. I didn't mind that like 50% ratio. Hopefully we're gonna get lots more that I am really in the mood for. I also will be reading Hot Milk regardless, so it's almost like a double win. Okay, next up we had this picture. This was a green blob and a kind of mauvey pink blob. The green one has two girls holding hands, a pizza, and a sun emoji, and the right one has a tiger, a storm cloud, and a little like swirly tornado-y. No, what is that? I don't know, like a spiral pattern. Okay, so the book on the left was My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. This one I feel like some people might have got because the emojis are pretty obvious. This series follows a friendship between these two girls, so that's the reason why we have the emoji of the girls holding hands. We've got the pizza because it's set in Naples in Italy, and I've been there, and my strongest memory from that place was honestly the amazing slice of pizza we had on our first night there. And then the sun emoji because we're going with Italy theme. I've been wanting to read this for many years. I think I put it on my TBR last summer and then I didn't get around to it. It's happening this summer regardless of whether we read it this month or not. And then the other book I've owned forever. I've owned for forever. This is Raw by Cora Carmack. I bought this for myself in the charity shop. I'd vaguely heard about it. And so when I saw it for like a couple of pounds, I decided to get it, but then I didn't really have enough interest to pick it up. Like if I saw it there now, I don't think I'd get it. But seeing it's on my shelves, I'm still vaguely interested by it. The premise sounds interesting. We've got the tiger emoji, that's to do with the title, and then the storm-esque emojis are to do with the plot of this. This sounds very interesting. Aurora comes from one of the oldest stormling families in existence. Long ago, the Ungifted pledged fealty and service to her family in exchange for safe haven, and a kingdom was carved out from the wildland and sustained by magic capable of repelling the world's deadliest foes. As the soul of Pavan, Aurora's been groomed to be the perfect queen. She's intelligent, brave, and honourable, but she's yet to show any trace of the magic she'll need to protect her people. So this girl's meant to have storm magic. What did my Instagram followers pick? Interesting. This one's quite close. So we had 44% for My Brilliant Friend and 56 for Raw. I'm intrigued because I would like to have this off my TBR, so it's not terrible that it's this, and it just means that we'll read My Brilliant Friend in July or August. Third book on the TBR. Okay, this picture is the next one. We have a blue blob and a red blob. The blue one has a pride flag emoji, a teapot, and a pirate flag, and the right one has the headphones emoji, a CD, and the heart. The red heart is my favourite one to use. Okay, so the first book on the left there, we have Can't Spell Treason Without Tea by Rebecca Thorne. Book 1 in the Tomes and Teas series. This is a cozy fantasy book and it is sapphic, hence the pride flag. Tea is in the title, so we had to use the teapot. And then the pirate, I think actually I used that because I know that the second book has pirates in, so maybe that was kind of cheating, but I didn't really know enough about this one for me to find an emoji that was appropriate for it. I don't know. This was kind of tricky. This one I impulse bought in California. I saw it in the airport and it had these spread edges, so. But yeah, I'd heard kind of vague things about it and decided to give it a go. All Raina and Chianthi want is to open a bookshop that serves tea while Firelight drifts between the rafters, but Rhaena works as one of the Queen's private guards, and Chianti is the most powerful mage in existence. Leaving their lives isn't so easy. But after an assassin takes Rhaena hostage, she decides she's thoroughly done with risking her life for a self-centered queen. Meanwhile, Chianti has been waiting for a chance to flee responsibility, all the better that her girlfriend is on board. Together they settle in Tawny, a town nestled in the icy tundra near Dragon Country, and open the shop of their dreams. What follows is a cozy tale of mishaps and mysteries, and a murderous queen throwing the realm's biggest temper tantrum while these two women discover what they meant to each other and the world. Okay, so I could have done a crown for the queen, or I could have done a dragon or a snowflake for the fact that this is set in an icy place. Yeah, I will. That was this book. And yeah, like I said, I don't have any particular interest in it. I just kind of impulse bought it. And the other book I am so excited for. This one is my most anticipated release of 2025, and I'm yet to read it. I'll definitely vlog this if anyone's interested, because this is so high up my TBR and I don't know why I haven't picked it up yet. We have Deep Cuts by Holly Brickley. This book is about music, which is the reason why we've got the headphone emoji, the CD emoji, and then I just chose the red heart because it kind of goes with the cover as well. We're following Joe and following Percy. It's set into the 2000s and it's about their relationship. I'm told this is very like Normal People-esque, but it's heavily centered around music. Two of my favorite things in the world, Normal People and music. So it's very, very much rooting for this one to win. Let's see what we've got. Oh my gosh, it did win. Crazy. Okay, we had 31% for Can't Spell Trees Without Tea. I too probably would have picked this one simply for the music emojis. Would you like to be in my video?
Hello? No.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm kind of excited about this win. We will get to this eventually. This is probably more of an autumn read, if I can pick to read it sort of time of year. Very exciting. You'll be getting a vlog, so it's a win-win. Okay, 2 more to go. The first one is this picture. We've got this kind of nudie peach colour. We've got a pair of jeans, a microphone, and a rock-on emoji. And we've also got the pink one, which is noodles, smiley face, and the little like gyoza or dumpling looking emoji as well. The first one on the left is Clothes, 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 Music, 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 Boys, Boys, Boys by Viv Albertine. Another music book, but this one is a non-fiction. It's a memoir about this girl who's in like a punk band. Super, super fun. I'm really excited for this. And again, I don't know why I haven't read it yet because I've owned it for a while now and it's so high up my like priority list. I just haven't ever got around to it. Obviously we've got the jeans for the clothes aspects of this, the little microphone for the music, and then I tried to type in like boy emoji, didn't like any of them, so we went just with the rock on because it's about music and I think it's gonna have that kind of vibe. I'm so excited for this. I really hope this is the winner. But then the other one we have here is another one I was so excited for when I first got it, and I still think it's gonna be great. I just have never picked it up and I just think I've owned it since 2022. What am I doing? So I thought we could chuck this one on there as a kind of push to get me to read it, but I'm definitely more excited about this one over this one, which is Shoko's Smile by Choi Eun-young. This is a piece of Korean translated fiction. Got the smiley face for Shoko's Smile and the dumpling. We have them every single week. We love Korean food in this household. They're one of my favorites, so I decided to go for that. I forgot to say, the noodles, the reason why I put the noodles in was because the US cover of this has got noodles on, so that was kind of a hint to the book as well. This is a collection of short stories. It sounds really good. I don't know why I have not picked it up yet. It says it's about joys and heartbreaks of human relationships as they blossom and wither. The author refrains from sensationalizing historical events, keeping her stories firmly grounded in the realities of her characters through sparse and understated prose. I'd honestly be happy with either of these. They're both ones I wanted to get through for a while. This one particularly, honestly, but this one I'm more excited about. So let's see what Instagram chose. Okay, so the winner was Shoko's Smile by quite a lot. 67% for this one and 33% for Clothes, Clothes, Music, 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 Boys, Boys, Boys. That title exhausts me. This is our winner. I'm not unhappy about that at all. This is gonna be fine. But fine, I think it's probably gonna be good. Okay, and then the final one, we had a blue picture and a yellow picture. The blue one was full of blue emojis. We've got the blue heart, the blue diamond, and the blue circle. And then on the right, we have a yellow one with an angel wing, a little like love heart hands emoji, and a bowl of rice. So the book on the left is On Being Blue, A Philosophical Inquiry by William H. Gass, or Gass or something, I don't know how to say that. This I just bought. This is one of my most recent purchases. I'm so excited about it. It sounds beautiful. If you didn't already know this, I don't know how you would know this, but my favourite colour in the world is blue. Blue in all of its forms. It makes me so happy and peaceful, and it's just like the colour of my soul. It's truly everything to me. So I had heard about this book for a while. I finally saw it. Often my bookstore doesn't have a lot of NYRBs, so I was excited to see it there. Opened it up, read like a random line and almost cried because of how much I just love the colour blue. So decided to pick that one up. We had to go with the blue emojis with this one. They were not very creative, but yeah. And then Heaven by Miyako Kawakami. This one is a piece of Japanese translated fiction. We have the angel wing emoji because that was a reference to the title. We've got the heart hands because this book is following two teenagers, I believe, who are in the same class at school, and they're both being bullied, and it's about the kind of friendship or the bond that forms between them because of that. So that was to represent them. And then the bowl of rice because Japanese translated fiction. I want to give people more of a hint about what we were going to be getting here. If I had to guess which one would win, I'd probably say this one, just because I think the emojis were more interesting. So maybe I did this book a disservice, but we'll see. So who's the winner? Yeah, it's pretty clearly this one. 78% Heaven and 22% for On Being Blue. This is our final winner. A one I've owned forever and one I've just bought, so this one I'm more excited about, but I'm not unhappy to have this. Again, it's another one that'd be good to get off my TBR because I think I bought this at the same time as Shoko Smile, so 2022. Those are the 6 books I've decided to put on my TBR for the month of June, or you guys actually decide it for me. Yeah, these are all so fun. I feel like we've got a really good range of things. Let me see how many of the ones I wanted to actually read. 1, 2, 2. That is crazy. Clearly the books I've been neglecting are the ones that you guys think are the most interesting. That's so wild. I tried to be unbiased with my emojis. Like I tried to pick ones that were as exciting for both. Obviously I think we failed a little bit with these two, but thankfully the bias was towards the book that I didn't want to read, which is kind of interesting. Honestly, it'd be good to get some of these off my TBR. I'm sure I'll be pleasantly surprised by some, and we've got a couple of books I'm really excited about. 2 books that we do have on here are honestly like my 2 books I want to read the most on my entire shelf, so I think this is good. So just to quickly run through them again, we have Enigma Variations by Andrea Asserman, which is a kind of historical fiction book. I Caught This Cruel and Lovely by Satya Stark, which is a romantasy. Raw by Cora Carmack, which I believe is a YA fantasy. Deep Cuts by Holly Brickley, which is a kind of historical fiction, if the 2000s counts as that, but it's a literary fiction. Shoko Smile by Choi An-young, which is a collection of short stories translated from the Korean. And Heaven by Miyako Kawakami, which is another literary fiction book, this time translated from the Japanese. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know. I would love to know what you think about this concept. It was so fun for me to do, and it just switches things up a little bit from the TBR jar video. If you're interested in me going back to TBR jars, that will happen eventually, I'm sure. Maybe next month, maybe the one after, who knows. I still like doing those videos. I just needed like a little bit of a break from it, and I thought it might be fun for you guys as watchers to see something switch up a little bit as well. But I've still got lots of prompts I've never done that are sitting in that jar, so very happy to continue with that at some point. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up to let me know that you did. Subscribe if you'd like to stick around and see more videos from me, and also just stay tuned for the vlog of Deep Cuts, and I'll see you very, very soon in a few days for another video. Bye bye.